morning. It is a beautiful Wednesday and it is time for tea or coffee on High Impact Television. Of course, you know that we are the first full HD TV station in Nigeria. Awesome, as I love saying it. Now, today we'll be doing something quite interesting and different from the norm. Before I forget to say my name is Modupe Jacobs, and I have with me in the studio...
Good morning.
Good morning. And of course, we have one person joining us today, a very beautiful young lady, our health correspondent, in person of Oluwaseun Olusegun.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So good to be here.
Yes.
You forgot to put in your introduction. The lady with the cucumber. And
I was actually going to get to that.
So you even went as far as bringing it.
I'm sorry. What can I say?
And we'll be talking about weight loss fallacies. Yes, and seeing that every time I see you, you are always with this, with cucumber in it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, is it part of your weight loss therapy? Or
not exactly weight loss therapy now.
Okay.
Now, first thing is, sometimes when people see or hear cucumber, the first thing that comes to their mind is weight loss. But the truth is, the thing is, Nigerians sometimes we can go overboard once we know something is likely to help with a particular practice. Now, cucumber does not exactly make you lose weight.
Okay.
The thing is, it's low in calories, and so it's filling, and it also has fibers, and it also has some other nutrients. So it's one of the things that could help you lose weight, not that it has a special weight loss stuff.
So, before we go on and on talking about what we actually have for today, I need to give our viewers a breakdown of all the things that we have in stock for them today. Aside the fact that we will be talking about weight loss fallacies, we're going to have a specialist.
Oh yeah, that part too.
In the house, So, Wura, do us the honor of telling us the second part of the show for today.
Okay, for the second part of the show, we will be talking about antenatal care, and would have a specialist in the house who would, brief us about what you should do during pregnancy or before pregnancy, and I'm sure she'll be able to do justice to that.
Exactly.
And I'm looking forward to that part.
I am too. But before we go on and on about what we have for today, let us go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk more on weight loss fallacies. Stay glued.
Have a thrilling and bonding experience at High Impact Planet Amusement Park and Resort. Enjoy an amazing retreat in our extremely secured environment with our breathtaking rides. Set goals for the upcoming year in our convenient multi-purpose halls. Bond between team members while giving your staff a desirable treat. High Impact Planet. Fun just got real.
Welcome back. It's still Tea or Coffee on High Impact Television. Before we went on break, we gave you a breakdown of all that we have for you today. We'll be talking about weight loss fallacy at first, then later on we'll bring up our guests that will talk more about antenatal care. What should you do during pregnancy or before pregnancy? We're discussing with Oluwaseun Olusegun, and she was mentioning something about cucumber. Now, Seun is someone that when she's coming to work or when she's coming to the office, you see her with a water bottle, there's cucumber and water inside. And now, before I delve into what...
that part.
She studied nutrition. I'm sure most of you would wonder why, because Modupe asked, why cucumber and water?
Exactly.
Now, she studied nutrition and dietetics in school. And I think she has knowledge about nutrition, staying healthy, yes. And I don't worry, I told you I wasn't going to mention, but now I have to, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I had an encounter with Seun.
Okay, we're really doing this.
Week. Yes, we're going to do this. I had an encounter with Seun last week. Okay. She brought in her water bottle that contains cucumber, and then I go like, oh, that's true. I usually do this before I don't know what happened. Probably the time of having to prepare it and put it in water when I wake up in the morning. So I stopped. So when I saw her doing it, I was like, oh, okay. I think I can go back. I can continue. Then I started my own too.
Okay.
I picked cucumber, water. I'm telling you my recipe.
Yes.
Okay.
No, hold
Tell
on.
it louder.
Hold
Tell it
on,
louder.
hold
Okay,
on.
because I'm waiting patiently. Go ahead.
No, hold on. I kept cucumber, water, lime, and lemon.
Lemon.
Hold on. You see? And then Seun comes in and she goes like, Wura, what is this? Like, the water, the color has changed. What did you put in it?
Okay.
And I said, lime and lemon. And then she goes like, do you want to kill yourself?
I know, right?
And then I said, okay, what is wrong in, like, because I actually did my research,
okay.
and I realized that it is actually not bad to put it together, but it goes wrong when you're not doing it every day.
Okay, you know,
because
let's do it this way. So you have your own view about adding lime and lemon and cucumber together, and you also have your own. You've
view.
done your research.
Yes.
Now let's hear from you first. You know, while doing the research, what did you find out?
Okay, I found out that fine, both of them have their toxic, the same needs, right?
Okay.
Lime, as much as you take in lime, you need to be careful because it can be harmful at times to an extent. But then lemon also contains something likely to lime also.
Okay.
So now, I understand that at times you would probably be advised that is either you take lemon or you take lime. But for me, I wanted sharp results, effective results.
So that's your
and
weight
then,
loss therapy.
yes, I
That is
decided
your weight loss
to
therapy.
combine. I decided to combine the two with water.
Okay.
And you know, she does cucumber and water. And I wanted to show her that I'm the boss. I wanted to go ahead of her and let her understand.
All right, now we have your side. Seun, please tell us, what is your
I'm
view?
still going to
on
enjoy
adding it?
this.
Okay.
Okay. So, like she said, she wanted to copy me.
Okay.
Saying that I always dice
I
or
wasn't going to
slice
copy
cucumber
you.
inside the water.
I've had your say.
Now, like I said before we started,
Okay.
before we went on the break,
Okay.
I said cucumber doesn't exactly make you lose weight the way people think that it does.
Okay.
Fine, it helps the weight loss. Aside the fact, one thing is cucumber is actually 96% water.
Okay.
And then we all know that taking water daily, in fact, water is one of the best fat loss therapy because it helps you to flush out toxins, keeps you hydrated. It does a lot of things for you. Now, some people, just like she said, they want this quick therapy. You hear fat tummy blasting water, fat belly blasting water and all that. So because of that, they blend this and blend that and then turn into herbalists, making potions. Lemon is perfect for you because aside the fact that lemon actually helps you to boost your metabolism, especially when you take a drink made out of lemon and then you exercise. It helps you to boost your metabolism. It gives you vitamin C. It has a host of benefits, especially when you use it with the bark of it. Now, when you now add it to lime, girl, you are going overboard.
Okay.
Because
why?
lime on its own too is quite acidic. But then considering the fact that you put in cucumber, which could help you to step down the pH and make it sail towards the neutral, it's okay. But then you could use lemon or you could use lime. When you now combine the two,
But I was going to mention that it's not something, when I combine the two, I don't drink it every day. I have my timetable. Now, I do it Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Tuesdays and Thursdays, my off days.
gosh, she has
Yes, I have my timetable. Yes, because I understand the effect of
Okay,
it.
ladies.
Yes.
Let me do it this way. You have been taking just cucumber. You've not been adding lime.
It's
Neither
just
have
to,
you
you
been
know,
adding
to
lemon.
keep me clean and all that.
keep you clean.
Yeah.
What has been the result since you started?
Well, it's not like I started. It's not like a sort of therapy that I started. Like I said, it's just for you to. Okay, cucumber also, it has a possible anti-carcinogenic properties because it has the green, which is chlorophyll. It does a lot of things. It has antioxidants, and an antioxidant helps you to trap the free radicals in your body that are capable of causing cancer. So it has a host of benefits. It helps you to clean your body. So you could just do it. Aside the fact, it also has fiber. It could help your bowel movement.
Okay.
And then it helps you to stay hydrated because humans, we are technically about 60% water.
Water.
So it's not exactly like a weight loss therapy. It's
therapy.
just for me to keep healthy. And for people out there too, there are times that, you just need to keep your system clean. Not necessarily to blast tummy fat, because the truth is you're not going to really lose weight because of that mixture that you're drinking. Weight loss is way more than, some couple of mixtures and portions and herbalist concussions that you take.
Why did you have to
Okay.
emphasize on the portions like that?
Okay, so you have been taking the cucumber combined with the lemon and lime for your weight loss therapy. What has the results been? Have you
Okay.
seen changes? Have you actually lost some pounds?
Okay, she studied nutrition in school. So I'm not going to go too deep with her. But for me, with my concussion, like you said, on my portion, I realized and I noticed that, using the toilet has been quite easy.
Easy, okay.
And it helps. Apparently, when I started the mixture,
Okay.
the purpose was actually to lose belly fat or to lose weight. But then I realized that it goes beyond that. And,
Okay.
it has helped my skin also. It helps
Oh.
my skin,
Yeah.
yes.
She's glowing.
Yes, I am. So even
glow.
with my lime and lemon, I'm still achieving results. I'm still
Okay.
getting results.
So I'm glad you guys can see that it works for you, right? And yours work for you. Okay. But that doesn't mean it's right. You agree. Because even when you were talking, you made reference to the fact that it is toxic to the body. Yes.
Okay,
So I think she actually shut herself in the foot.
I
at
know,
that point.
right?
Okay.
And then there's something I would like to talk about
I
too.
surrender.
The thing is, it's possible that when you were trying to make those researches, you went online and then you saw a couple of articles that were justifying it. The thing is, you can find anything on Google.
Okay.
Because technically, the way this thing works, it's that all you just have to do when you're writing such an article is have your knowledge of SEO, that's search engine optimization. You infuse some keywords that are being used very well by people that might be searching for this, and then Google crawler picks it up. So that you find something on the internet does not necessarily mean it's right. So for those out there, please take notes.
Okay, knowledge
Okay.
is power, and I just learned one.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
So, no matter how you try to do all the weight loss therapies and all, sometimes most people have their cheat days.
Yeah, like Sundays, they are the Lord's
Exactly.
calories.
Not
Most
just
calories don't
Sundays,
count.
you have days for open bears when you have to go for parties,
Oh.
I want to go for parties, and then because I want to lose weight, I'm seeing some kind of delicacy in front of me, and no, sorry.
A cheat day, no, wait.
I really want to say
think-
something.
Let me now coin a question from that. Are cheat days actually advisable during weight loss therapies? Are they advisable?
Okay, now the thing is, it depends on the kind of weight loss diet that you're going on. There are some people that they're doing a crash course on weight loss that they feel, okay, lose 15 kg in a week. That is not possible, because the thing is, if you put this pressure on your body to lose weight, there's every probability that it could shut down. Okay, for example, let's take an example of the ketogenic lifestyle that the media was really awash with. Do you know some people actually suffered organ failure, specifically the liver? Because the ketogenic lifestyle is basically about 80% fat, and then the liver is the one responsible for breaking out the fat. So because of that, some people's liver failed. Now, it depends on the kind of weight loss diet that you're on. If you're gradually doing it, like, okay, you have a healthy, regimented diet, today you could cut down, because one thing about weight loss is, if you're also, you have to have a clean system. Also, sometimes you have to run at a calorie deficit. So gradually, if you're cutting out 100 calories or 200 calories, depending on your activity, because if you have to calculate the daily kilocalorie requirement, you have to do it based on your body mass index. That's your height, your weight. You have to talk about your activity level. If a person who is a bricklayer who uses a lot of energy decides to cut down his daily kilocalorie intake from 1,900 to 800, he will be doing his body a great disservice. So you have to be careful of the kind of weight loss diet that you're going on. And so there are days that you could do the cheat days actually. But then what you're cheating on, it depends on what you're taking into your body, because the calories that you're taking, they get accumulated.
Later, yes.
Yeah, so it depends on what you're taking, and if you decide, say all through the week you've decided to cut out 30,000 kilocalories, for example, and then on Saturday, you now decided to take in 40,000. That's like a crash again. But then don't be discouraged. You can always start up. It's something that you're doing for yourself.
Yes.
That is why people always say when you're on a weight loss diet, ensure that you like your body, the one you're working towards, and ensure that you have that confidence in yourself. So the bottom line
And
is,
I think discipline is also part of it.
oh yeah,
You
that
have to,
part.
because there are times where you have to take decisions, like talking about that Owambe now. Imagine if I go there, definitely you'd have varieties of food. And now you probably see your friend taking in some kind of, and you, because of what you are aware of, the discipline that, okay, no, this is what I should be taking at this time. This is what I should not be taking. And then you probably go for small chops or, what? How do you feel? How would you feel at that point?
When everyone is eating what they like, and then you have to discipline yourself not to take things that will add more calories to your body.
Oh, well, like I said, you don't have to necessarily be strict on yourself. Have a healthy diet such that you always know how to burn the calories. Now, the one thing is, there are some people, bulimia nervosa is actually an eating disorder that the people suffering from it, they eat all those foods. They can resist the small chops, the amala, the eba, and all those foods. They eat them, and then either they work out vigorously or they put their hand in their mouth to induce an antiperistaltic movement to vomit.
Okay.
So you can imagine that's crazy. That's the extent. So you don't have to go to the extreme. Just know that, okay, I'm going to sanctify this food and I'm going to eat it.
You know something, as ladies, most of the part of the body that we actually want to lose so much weight and have that snatched waist.
Hourglass, yeah.
Is our tummy.
Yeah.
And then people have different types of concoctions, both traditional and your cucumber, lemon.
They're actually flat tummy drinks.
Yeah, that part too.
Yes, they're actually flat tummy, drinks. What was that now? Flat tummy drinks that help you. Yes,
the
to lose,
green teas,
exactly.
the coffees. And
so, is it advisable, to go for flat tummy drinks instead of sweating it out and actually doing exercise here and there?
Now, another thing is flat tummy drinks. What are they? The teas, the couple of mixtures that they make, do they really work? What is the constituent? What is the ingredient that was used to make those
but I have a confession. We're ladies, right?
I'm listening.
Okay, I've actually taken. I bought one flat tummy drink like that, and then I took it.
Tell me you're going to the toilet.
I was just expecting that part.
I went to the toilet like countless number of times.
Yes, it's helping you flush,
and then
please, you probably took a laxative.
And then I will look at my tummy and I'm like, oh,
I think
nothing yet. I think I'm there until I finish the entire pack and then
nothing. Yeah, because it's like I say, it's just you're trying to work as a crash diet to you for you to lose the tummy fat, which does not necessarily work that way. You have to be steady. You have to go on a diet that will be sustainable, and then do a couple of exercises too. And like they always say, the 6 packs are made in the kitchen. You have to first have a healthy diet and then incorporate exercises. The trunks, what do they call them now? The planks, and all that. It makes it sustainable.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Sheila.
It's been amazing listening to you, Sheila.
Thank you.
I think I've actually learned.
Yeah,
I've learned that
you
I
have.
shouldn't add lemon and lime
still
together. I'm not going
from
to do
doing
that
lime and lemon
because it's
probably
actually not
God
good.
help you, sister.
Okay. So it's been amazing talking on weight loss fallacies. I hope you've been able to get 1 or 2 points. especially the part where you shouldn't add lemon and lime together because
Why
it
are
can
you
be
emphasizing
toxic.
on that? You make me feel bad, you know.
No, because it works for you. It might be very dangerous for someone
Exactly.
else.
Body
you know.
system
But
differ.
I think we should just go with do what works for you, basically. Am I on the
Yes.
safe side
And
now?
ensure it's
Yes.
healthy too.
And ensure
And
it's
ensure it's
healthy.
healthy, yes.
Exactly. So we'll go on a short break.
You know, after childbirth, even
Okay.
women after childbirth, they want to go back to that flat tummy.
Flat tummy.
Yes.
Yes, which will take us to our next topic for today.
Our next topic, yes,
That's our care. We're going to have a professional that will really dwell on that.
Yeah, so please do stay glued because the second part is even going to be more interesting and you do not want to miss any part of the information that you'll be able to get and gain from. So please do stay glued. We'll be right back.
Walking into comfort in a safe environment is every family's dream. At High Impact Planet Resort, our fully furnished service apartment is a home away from home. Amazing views right in your luxurious world. Work out to keep fit for an amazing body at the gym. Get affordable groceries and personal care items at the supermarket. Feel relaxed and beautify yourself at the fully equipped spa. High Impact Planet. Fun just got real.
Welcome back. It's still Tea or Coffee on High Impact Television. And, the first part where we were talking about weight loss fallacies. Yes, very interesting part. Okay, so going straight into the next part, topic for today, which is antenatal care. We have a retired chief matron in the studio here with us, and she will be doing justice, to the topic antenatal care. Her name is Mrs. Abiola Olubumi Lawal. You're welcome, ma.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes. So we're talking about antenatal care, and we can't talk about antenatal care if you are not pregnant. You have to be pregnant. Exactly. Yeah. So what are the early signs of pregnancy?
Praise God. Thank you very much.
Yes.
There are many signs that a woman sees before you can confirm that you are pregnant. The first thing is that you miss your menses. Maybe the time that you are supposed to have your menses, but that month comes and it's not coming. But that is not enough.
Okay,
There are
when
others-
you say menses, you mean menstruation.
Menstruation.
Yes.
You miss your menstruation. Then there are some other signs too that you begin to notice. There are some little changes that you begin to notice in you. Probably in the morning, there's this thing we call early morning sickness. You just feel so dull in the morning. You don't want to get out of bed easily. There are times you have this form of irritation coming in. Probably when you are brushing your teeth, you feel irritated, you feel like vomiting. Sometimes the vomiters will not come, but you just feel nauseated most of the time. Then at times you begin to see that you feel weak. You get easily tired when you are doing your house chores or you go to work. Just seeing that you are, becoming too tired, and you are becoming so sleepy. At times people tend to ask you, why are you sleeping like this? Are you sick? Initially, you may be thinking it's malaria. But when you begin to see these things coming in, especially the level of irritation to some people can be so terrible. But to some you won't feel anything. But when you are brushing, you tend to vomit. Then your breast, you notice the size of your breast
Increase.
is getting bigger. You can feel some tenderness. At times when you touch the breast, it's a little bit painful. It's not as usual. You are feeling it getting bigger, sort of.
Okay.
You know, with
Okay.
many things.
Talking about menstruation, I've heard situations whereby you're pregnant and you're still menstruating.
Yeah, that is
True.
Yeah. That,
Is that normal?
happens in some cases. Some people will still go ahead to menstruate for about 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah,
And it's completely normal.
Is that normal?
it is normal. It's normal.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
the
it-
pregnancy is trying to embed, and there could be little menstruation. It may not be as much as it used to be. You just see some slight bleeding. It won't be that heavy as it used to be.
Being
For such person, how do you not know? Because you still do your monthly period, so how do you not know that
You're pregnant.
I'm pregnant? Because
Well-
it's part of the symptoms when you miss your menstruation cycle.
To some, you may not even have an idea of any pregnancy at all because of the menstruation that is coming in. But to some others, while that is coming, you may still have some other early signs of pregnancy. Some go to the extent of having fainting attack.
Wow.
You know, you feel weak and easily you tend to do, it's like you want to faint when you are walking or when you are when the walk is too much. You see some women falling down and fainting. But there are some, when they are bleeding, it's bleeding, impactational bleeding. When they are bleeding during pregnancy, they may not have any other sign. Some women will be so fit, they can run about with the pregnancy, and if care is not taken. But the only way you can know is that menstruation that is coming at that time will not be as much as the normal one.
that's number one.
Concerning the early signs of pregnancy,
Yeah.
is there a time frame? Because some of those things that you mentioned, they're also associated with
Some other illnesses.
yeah, and menstruation, because
or
sometimes
menstrual problems
exactly.
too. Yeah.
So, is there a particular time frame when you're experiencing this that you feel like, okay, I might be pregnant, or at what point does the woman need to go for a test, a pregnancy test?
Yeah. When you begin to feel all the signs, though they may be pregnancy signs, and at times they can be signs of some other problems, hormonal problems in the body.
Yeah.
So the earlier you begin to feel funny, the better you get yourself out of the house and seek for medical assistance.
Okay.
It is better for you, to be told that it's pregnancy than just keeping yourself believing it's pregnancy only to find out at the end of the day that it's something else. So the earlier, the better. When you are talking about antenatal booking now or antenatal care, it ranges between 2 months and 3 months when you must have confirmed the pregnancy. How do you confirm pregnancy? You have all this. So when you get to the medical people, the health professionals, they will be able to carry out some tests that will confirm to them that it's either pregnancy or something else, and they will treat accordingly.
Okay. So you talked about antenatal care.
Yeah.
What's the importance of antenatal care?
Antenatal care is a series of care that is given to a woman
Okay.
that is pregnant. And this care is given by health professionals, the skilled professionals, not the quacks. Because we find out today that a lot of people go about seeking the care from anybody. It's a kind of care that is given by professionals. Why do I say professionals? Pregnancy is a very important time in the life of any woman. And such a woman deserves a critical care. And you can only have a critical care from the people that are skilled on the job, the professionals that knows what they want to do with you. And what are the things that they need to do for you at this time? They need to carry out a range of tests, range of examinations, range of cares that will allow you to have a positive experience of pregnancy. This includes, when you get to the hospital, they examine you. They will run some tests for you to know if that pregnancy is all right. If you are doing well with that pregnancy, it will prevent any future complication.
Yes.
And it will, allow them to know if there is anything that could be treated on time. Okay. So it prevents a lot of problems, and it allows that woman to carry the pregnancy safely to term, deliver, and take good care of that baby. If there is any problem that is detected along the line, they are easily treated. And apart from all these tests, the pregnant woman is educated on a lot of things. When there is pregnancy, there are some changes in the body. You have physical changes, you have medical changes, even psychological changes. For you to just wake up in the morning and begin to see your breast getting bigger.
Knowing that something is growing inside you.
Within a little time, you see that you are not even as strong as you used to be.
Sure.
Somebody that, you want to walk smart, and you see something that is bringing you back, the tummy is protruding, you begin to see yourself. There are some evil marks, like pregnancy plasma. You see changes in your skin, pigmentation, and you want to begin to see what is all these things that is wrong with
gets bigger.
The nose, the restructuring of the face as the pregnancy, So you need psychological preparation to educate you on a healthy living during the time of pregnancy. Some of us that are used to taking mineral, taking all these, those lifestyles, wearing high heel, tights, clothing, all those kind of things. You will be taught on healthy living during pregnancy. What are you supposed to do? What are you not supposed to do? I heard you talking about nutrition the other time.
Yes.
My sister that loved taking lemon. You understand? If it has been an habit, you will be discouraged from doing such during pregnancy. There are a series of things that you need to be educated on. Nutrition, the type of things you wear, what you need to do for yourself. And then they give you appointments to come to the hospital. Anytime you go to the hospital, there will be physical examination to see how you are doing with that pregnancy. If there is anything that is wrong at that time, they will correct it. Apart from the physical examination, you run some tests. They want to know your PCV level, if the pregnancy is not affecting you the other way. There are some, some diseases, or there are some sicknesses that could be, the pregnancy could expose you to having at that time. And once they know that you are probably the type that could be exposed to such, you are managed for it on time. So you need to be in the hospital, and they will give you a series of appointments. And the appointment varies as the pregnancy increases. Before 28 weeks, probably you visit the hospital once in a month. After 28 weeks, you have to go 2 weeks. Then after 36 weeks, it will be once in a week, You have enough time for yourself.
Okay, now this 28 weeks, 36 weeks, does it apply to everyone, to every pregnant woman?
Yes, it's every pregnant woman. You had a lot of stories about women losing their pregnancy early, or having premature deliveries, or having babies with low weight, low birth weight. All those things are the things that they want to control at that time. They want to see to the health of the mother. They want to see to the health of the fetus that is growing. That both the mother and the fetus grow normally.
You mentioned ailments pertaining to pregnancy, and I would like you to mention, give us examples of some of these ailments that you will likely get during pregnancy.
Specific to pregnancy.
Very good. Some pregnant women can easily be experiencing high blood pressure.
Why is that?
Yeah. The reason is that there are changes that happens in the body. Pregnancy is normal, but it allows a lot of changes. To some women, you will just see that because of the weight of the baby, or because the baby, because of that baby at that time, your blood pressure tends to be raised up.
Okay.
So, and if you are the type that is going for antenatal care, this will be corrected on time. Because number one, nutrition has to do a lot in the area of raised blood pressure. The type of meal you take in pregnancy. You know, there is a baby growing in you. You need to take things that will be able to cater for both the baby, the fetus, and the mother at that time. So if you are eating rightly, probably you may not be exposed to it. They will teach you what to do and what not to do. So, and if this is noticed on time, there are some lifestyles that they will advise you to abstain from. And there are some they will advise you to engage yourself in doing it. It is only when it becomes unbearable that now they will start you on treatment. And if it is not treated on time, it can lead to eclampsia. Eclampsia is a condition where you begin to see protein in the mother's urine.
Wow.
There's high blood pressure, there's protein in urine, and there is fit. That is the worst side. That is the eclampsia. The pre-eclampsia is when the blood pressure is raised. And it's not controlled. Then you begin to see protein dropping in the urine of that woman. Then if it is controlled on time, the woman recovers. The one that is so common is anemia. Because at that time, at the early stage of pregnancy, the fetus will still be using the blood of the mother. So at that time, the blood volume tends to drop. But with good antenatal care, you will see that they will give you supplements. They'll teach you, before even giving you, they'll teach you on the type of, you need a lot of vitamins at that time, you need a lot of vegetables, you need a lot of proteins, you need a lot. They will teach you what to do and how to get them in their normal level so that it will not affect you otherwise. So if you are eating well, then they will give you some supplements too that will allow your blood to be maintained in the right order.
How about, sorry.
Please do go ahead.
Okay, first, it can be said that there's a way pregnancy alters your life, almost alters your life completely. So in that case, I think it should actually be made known to mothers that once you get to that point that you feel you're ready to start having the baby, there are some things that you should start doing. Because I had a talk with a doctor and then he said, once you say you want to give birth, for example, you're supposed to start taking folic acid, like you rightly said just now, that the fetus takes from the mother's blood once they start. And then some other people that have gestational diabetes, it increases the chances for some people that already are susceptible to that. I would like you to talk more on gestational diabetes, talking about the things that are specific.
You see, gestational diabetes could only be related to pregnancy. When you say gestational, you mean diabetes during pregnancy. And it has a lot of effect on mothers because the baby tend to be big, the fetus big. And at times, most of the time, the mothers have to deliver the fetus by cesarean section. And a mother with diabetes during pregnancy will be under critical care, under good supervision. The fact remains that they have to monitor the blood level, the blood sugar level, so that it will not affect the baby. If it is not controlled, that diabetes must be controlled. So that individual will be admitted in the hospital, series of tests carried out, and the woman will be titrated. You understand? She will not just be left to be alone. They have to manage her closely so that the life of the fetus and the life of the mother will not be taken for granted. So it's a condition that needs very close observation. Then, if you are rightly, it could be from heredity. If you have parents that has diabetes, you might be exposed to it during pregnancy. But some people will have it, and it goes with the pregnancy. It depends on the care.
Okay.
Then, I want to believe that if you really have good antenatal care, you might be delivered of such problems. There are
Problems.
many
Aggravates.
that I just don't want to bother you with.
Okay.
If you have this, that is why it is very important.
Important.
It takes care of your psychological care. Like my sister said now, that you begin to see some changes in you.
in you, yes.
You know, if you are the type that goes for this antenatal care, you will not be bothered. Because step by step, they will have taken you to advise you, to prepare you for the, not only taking care of you, they will prepare you for the delivery. They prepare you for breastfeeding. They prepare you for family planning. They prepare you for prevention of mother-child transmission of HIV.
HIV. Okay.
The fact that somebody has HIV will not stop her from having a baby. And the good effect of good antenatal care is that it will prevent the baby from contacting it.
Yes.
The mother.
There are series of, of care that is laid down for such a person. As soon as you receive this care, you will see that life becomes easy for you to live, and you will be happy.
True.
Then for some women, the end result of their pregnancy is something that they will never want to discuss. That is not the essence of antenatal care. The essence of antenatal care, the goal is for that woman to have a positive pregnancy experience. That is to say, the end of that journey will be so beautiful. The mother will carry the baby and will be happy to have the baby.
I know one of the things that I hear during pregnancy is they caution the mother not to add too much weight because it will affect the baby or her in some way. So why is that?
Yeah, at that time, the weight of the baby grows. If you go for the clinic, you see that one of the things that is important for them to do is to take your weight. They want to know if the baby is growing rightly. If the baby, the weight of they want to know the weight, they will know your weight from the beginning. And they will begin to monitor that weight. If there is any deviation from normal, they will correct it at that time. You cannot afford to gain more weight because you are already having weight through the load you are carrying. So by the time you are put on the right path, you will see that everything will begin to fall in line.
Okay.
Your weight will be good. The baby will grow very well. The mother too, there will be no problem.
So in other words, the weight of the mother can affect the baby. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that it is not advisable for any mother to be gaining weight. Because of, by the time you follow the trend of things that is given to you, you will not gain more than enough weight. Everything will be appropriate for you.
All right, talking about changes.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned physical changes you can experience. I have a situation whereby this woman, she is someone that when it comes to her IQ, she remembers things a lot, and if you ask her about something you just told her now, she can easily recollect and tell you. But during pregnancy, I realized that when you tell her something, maybe yesterday, the following day you ask her, okay, I told you this yesterday. Like, me. It's not me. Oh. Are you sure you told me? And then I had to ask her, like, what went wrong? You were not like this before. And she goes like, I was told that during pregnancy it is normal. That would make you understand if you're going to give birth to a boy or a girl. Such mentality. And how, if you have such situation, how do you handle it? Do you think it's the pregnancy that is actually causing that change?
I want you to know, to get something straight. There are a lot of changes in the body, but it hardly affects the memory.
The brain, yes.
That is an abnormal situation. There are a lot of things that could go along with pregnancy. And like that, memory loss is not part of the things that is supposed to go wrong. So if that woman goes for her care on time, that will be taken care of. It is a rare condition. There are some, that, with pregnancy, they may go psychiatric.
Wow.
You understand? There are some, after delivery, we tend to see some psychological difference. It depends on their exposure. Apart from the pregnancy, there are some other pressures that could come from home, work, or any other. That is why it is, it is an arrangement to take care of everything and all-encompassing.
And
it's an holistic care.
Can depression also be part of this?
Yes, if it's coming in, it is not normal.
Okay.
You understand? That is why it's a type of care that is given, which is an all-round care. When a woman comes, you are not only going to check the tummy and say, oh, the baby is growing right, the mother is doing fine. You want to look at the outlook, even from the distance. As a midwife or an obstetric doctor, you check your patient from the rear. As the patient, oh, good morning. You are checking the encounter with that patient, the gait, the way she walks, the countenance, everything. And once you see that something is gone wrong somewhere, your work starts from that area. Wow. So it's not normal for brain loss in pregnancy. Oh, okay. You are supposed to be active because even you are being prepared to take care of the baby. If the baby is not around and you are getting brain loss, it means something is wrong.
I'm sure she's watching now because I told her to tune in that I would make mention of the situation.
So it's better. It's not normal. I will advise her to please go to the hospital.
Okay.
And when you are saying go to the hospital, there are hospitals and there are hospitals. You should go to where we have the technical know-how, where the professionals are. Because a lot of hospitals that we see around us now are littered with all sorts of people that will just come out to tell you, I am this, while they are not. So they must be careful to check where they go for their care.
Okay.
Wow.
That's really amazing.
Exactly.
All right, talking about premature delivery.
Yeah.
How can you explain when a woman gives birth to a child that is not yet matured? Because it's believed that by 9 months, that is when you should be due for delivery. And in a situation you actually put to bed earlier before that, how can you explain such situation?
Well, when you talk of premature delivery, is one of the things that happen in obstetrics. And it's an area that the professionals are always very careful about. A lot of things could cause it. Even for someone that attends the care given properly, there could be factors that will trigger up the baby coming before time. But in a very good care center, that is the hospital, provisions are being made for all this. Though it could come as an emergency, and there are provisions that are set for this kind of delivery. We have a lot of people that will take care of the baby immediately. The delivery, from the delivery point to the caring point. We have units that we call premature units, where they keep all this neonatal units, where they keep all this baby. We have incubators for this baby. There are times that the baby that are delivered prematurely may be delivered due to some form of sickness or disease, congenital problems. All along, they are treated in a good setting. Every arrangement is set already to take care of such. And the woman at the end of the day will go back home having babies, the baby. So normal. But if such a baby is delivered in a quiet place, the management could be terrible. And before the baby is transported to the units where they will manage, this premature baby, one of the problems they have is exposure. The temperature. So if they are delivered where they could be maintained immediately, the survival rate is always very good. But if they have to be transported from one place to another, carrying them about, they are the risk of hypothermia, that is low temperature, and that is what killed most of them. So there is no problem for anyone having preterm babies when the care is properly given.
Okay.
And the individual is having it at the right place,
right place.
there is usually no problem. The survival rate is so high, except there is some congenital malformation or congenital problem with that baby.
Okay.
That-
Sorry.
yeah.
Still on that topic of preterm babies and early birth. Now, of course, there will be risk factors.
Yeah.
There was a time I heard some people say that unripe pawpaw could actually induce preterm contractions and some other things like that. So what are the possible risk factors that could make a woman go into labor before her EDD?
Prematurely, thank you. There are a lot of risk factors. You are talking of unripe.
I heard
A
that.
pregnant woman is not even supposed to take anything that is unripe.
Exactly.
That is terrible. You know, you are not supposed to take anything that could harm your baby. But naturally, there are some other factors that could expose or predispose that woman to having premature babies. One of the factors is stress.
Yeah.
If she
key.
goes through too much stress at that time,
Man-induced.
it could be like that. Then maybe the woman a fall.
A fall. Okay.
A fall will allow the placenta to be detached on time.
Wow.
So when the placenta is no more functioning, the baby tend to come out. Or assault. In a condition where the husband will beat the wife very well. Even in pregnancy, you can see that a blow on the stomach or elsewhere could allow premature separation of that placenta, and there will be bleeding from that placenta site.
Wow.
Okay.
Then there are some, some activities that we engage ourselves into. Like a woman, you can do exercise. It's good for you to do exercise during a pregnancy, but you are limited.
Okay. What are the exercises you can do?
You will be taught in the hospital.
Yes.
They are gentle exercises. I've watched in some medias, some women will be dancing, hectic kind of.
Yes, they're actually
and I
people
wonder
like
how,
that. So energetic.
If you have to do that,
Is.
during the first trimester or the second trimester of the first trimester is the first 3 months. The second one is the first 6 months. If you have to do that within that 6 months, you may be trying to bring down your baby prematurely. And I pray that baby comes alive. You understand? A lot of things, too much traveling. There are times that you are not supposed to travel as a pregnant woman.
Because it comes to the stress.
So all those things could expose.
Talking about traveling, not even the fastest means of transportation, which is airlines.
No.
Could have jet lag too.
You see, there are a lot. There are times that you can travel in pregnancy. There are times that you cannot travel.
Okay.
The early pregnancy time, when you are just getting it in, if you travel too much, you may result in having abortion.
Okay.
The second trimester, if you travel too much at that time, it may be premature baby.
True. Our time is actually fast
spent. We need to wrap up.
We need to wrap up, but I must ask you, to please advise our young pregnant women,
especially first-time
What would be your advice, to first-time moms out there?
Well, mothers, I will always want to say it is a privilege for you to have pregnancy. Because a lot of mothers that are fit will try their best and they will not have it. And this is causing a lot of problems in homes today.
True.
But when you are blessed with pregnancy, I will advise that you take very good care of that pregnancy. Number one, start your antenatal care on time. 2-3 months, get yourself to the hospital and let them tell you what you need to do. Then, apart from that, you need to eat right. You need to live right, healthy living. You need, there are some things we like wearing our high heel shoes. There are times that these ones may not be necessary. There are a lot of things that we need to do and the things that we don't need to do. The only way we can get this is when we are familiar to those people that are skilled in the job.
Thank you.
So I want you to please make yourself available. If we look at our employment market this day, will not allow some women to go for care because they don't want to lose their job.
Right.
At the same time, I want to advise that please just find a means of taking good care of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
True. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Ma,
so much.
for coming. It's been an honor, and it's very interesting listening to you. I've learned a lot, even, so I know when that time comes. You're prepared. I'm prepared.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much once again
You're
for
welcome.
coming. And yes, thank you, Sean, for joining us on the
also
show
my
today.
pleasure.
Thank you. All right, it's on these notes that we have to wrap up the show for today. But please do stay, glued because the midday special is coming up.
It's coming up.
Yes, and all the programs. So please do stay glued to High Impact TV and join us same time, same station tomorrow for another exciting episode of Tea or Coffee. My name remains Medukwe Jacobs.
And I am Buraola Popola.
And
I'm Oluwaseun Olusegun.
yes.
Thank you for staying tuned. Bye.
Bye.